So Kanye West, yay. He's been a naughty little boy. Kanye has been quite naughty. Kanye's social credit score plummeting the last few days. What Kanye did in his interview with Tucker Carlson was fascinating. He said a lot of things that were absolutely true. Made a few mistakes, kind of stepped on his own toes a little bit. A few things that he said that I really like. First of all, calling out the toxic food, all the pesticides and herbicides, the attack on small family farms. All right, that was solid. He mentioned how, he even called it demonic, how mass media is trying to normalize obesity, right? So, the attack on femininity, the attack on masculinity, the attack on both genders, the attack on family. I mean, these are things that he's bringing to light. Obviously, I would agree with him. And Kanye being a very, definitely prone to kind of manic episodes, grandiose claims of how he sees himself.
Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you.
Yeah, he's a typical modern celebrity in many ways. He breaks the mold in some ways and kind of steps out of bounds. He goes into territory that a lot of celebs, musicians, rappers don't want to discuss. Talking about how people in his inner circle behaved as handlers. But one thing that I thought was real funny is his solution to the food issue and food production and big pharma. I mean, he represented. He came up with this idea of big pharma kind of becoming stakeholders in farms, small family farms, right? Big pharma investing in small family farms and then being able to, profit from that. I thought that was kind of cringe. I thought that was pretty ridiculous and obviously stupid idea, especially from the viewpoint of small family farms, who are often run by people who are highly skeptical of big pharma, right? Who've been under attack by corporations like Monsanto, now owned by Bayer, who have been screwed by big agribusiness and these massive industrial production, vertical integration models for agriculture, right? So what he was proposing was kind of like stakeholder capitalism, Klaus Schwab type stuff. Whether he understands that or not, whether he is willingly going in that direction or is kind of just, in a useful idiot kind of way, parroting those ideas. I don't know. I don't know what's in his heart. But what happened afterwards? Right, there were two parts of the interview. I watched both parts, and it sure seemed like the second part left at a cliffhanger, as if there was more to come. I thought that was a little bit strange that they didn't air the rest of it, because after that second part was published, Kanye was a naughty little boy on Twitter, and said Kanye said some things that you're not supposed to say. Right? He'd been kind of espousing some of these pseudo Black Hebrew Israelite ideas. He seemed to at one point mention that blacks are Jews, they're the real Jews, which is, it's very, the Black Hebrew Israelite movement is first of all a false, weird cult, likely run by three-letter agencies, and using the same doctrines that have historically been used by three-letter agencies who ran, not to get too deep into it since we're on YouTube, but this ideology is basically the same thing as like the Christian identity movement, right? The Christian identity movement is kind of an extension of the British Israel movement, British Israelite movement, kind of like racial forensics, trying to figure out who's who in the Bible, right? The Black Hebrew Israelites, they like to call the whiteys, call the white man, so-called white people.
Now what you have to do right now, Rob, you're almost there. Now these priests and prophets in rank order gonna come around, and all you have to do is kiss their boots. Are you prepared to do that? Rank in order, let's go. This brother right here, turn around right here, Rob. This brother right here, let's go. Go ahead, Ayathan. Y'all clap it up for Rob, man.
When they
when they get excited, they turn red.
Right.
When they laugh, they turn red.
Right.
When they get angry, they turn red. When they get inebriated, they turn red. Why? Because their blood shows through their skin due to the lack of pigmentation and melanin. That's an inferior man, just by nature. Okay? And who designed them? God designed them that way.
All right. Yeah, I get it. I'm a little pink right now. It's hot in my car. Oh, you so-called white people, y'all gonna be our slaves.
I'm just making this video here, actually under the direction and instruction of an Israelite, because I'm actually not. I'm not an Israelite. I'm not of the elect. I'm not, any of that. I'm, so-called white man. In other words, as the scriptures point out, Esau, which is the wicked of the earth, Edom, the Edomites, we are described in scriptures as being spittle. We are the scorn of the earth and the wickedness of the earth.
So, the Black Hebrew Israelites, they kind of read this racial ideology into scripture and history. That's real similar to the British Israelite movement, which basically did the same thing, but with Anglo Brits as the true Israel, right? The real Israel. You've had Louis Farrakhan, like the 5% Nation of Islam people. A lot of these groups over the years giving a real similar ideology for black communities and some of these fringe movements. Again, many of these movements have been hijacked and used by three-letter agencies in order to for social engineering and cultural engineering purposes, right? Create patsies, honeypot groups, and whatnot. This is not something that is that's new. This is not something that should be surprising. And I'm not saying that Kanye is, some sort of a honeypot or something like that. I don't know what's going on with Kanye, what type of people he's hanging out with, what type of ideas he's surrounding himself with. We just get glimpses of it, right? So, anyways, this resulted in Kanye being debanked. Chase Manhattan, JP Morgan said, "No way, Kanye. You are not allowed to say that. You are not allowed to say what you said on Twitter," which, not trying to get deplatformed from the YouTube right now. Everybody knows what he said, or you can easily look up what he said. But they basically debanked him, told him you got a month to get out of our bank, and your Yeezy empire or whatever it is he runs, it's gonna have to go elsewhere. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is not to give some reaction, "Oh, isn't that lame?" or "Oh, he named him. Look what happens when you name him." What happened to Kanye? I mean, this is a calculated response by the banks. This is a calculated response that's right in line with this emerging social credit reality. The social credit system that's been gamed and test run in China is being rolled out throughout the world right now. Right? Non-compliance in the culturally and socially acceptable norms will result in your central bank digital currency being deactivated, you being docked pay, right? And just a few days ago, something interesting happened with PayPal. And they published in the terms of services that if users of PayPal are caught spreading misinformation, dangerous information, misleading information, they can be docked $2,500 from their account. So PayPal just take money from your account. So they weren't really clear on who's going to determine what's misinformation, right? I mean, well, we've seen the last couple years, misinformation of yesterday are the disputed facts of a few days after that, and the undisputed truth a few months or years after that. So the absolutization of the authority of mass media in determining what is truth, what is misinformation, what is good information, is really apparent in PayPal's new policy. But PayPal's stock plummeted. Their stock plummeted. There was a major pushback. People were saying this is absolutely insane, and PayPal backtracked. So Kanye debanked. Kanye deplatformed one of the most famous people in the world, right? Most famous musician of our generation, debanked, deplatformed for saying basic talking points that Louis Farrakhan would be on Fox News, CNN 20 years ago talking about. Kind of strange. Not that strange if you kind of seen where this is going and what is coming, right? They want to bring about these central bank digital currencies. We know that China makes them to where they expire. Central bank digital currencies can be programmed. These digital currencies can be programmed to expire so that you can't save money. They can be programmed so where they can only be spent on certain things. This is why you see digital identity being pushed by governments all across the world. Right here in South America, the current president, who is a WEF stooge, he's an Opus Dei, weird Masonic banker goober, Lasso, is pushing for digital ID, digital identification, and eventually digital currency. These are programmable currencies that are meant to be able to program your behavior, your thought processes, and influence culture and socially engineer this at a mass scale. All right, so if we don't want to be under the control of a bunch of nutcases like this, we have to. We have to oppose this. Right now, the situation is getting so wild. It's getting so in our face that normal people are waking up. The Overton window is being pushed in a direction that seems to be possibly beneficial. And this whole house of cards is all built on lies. It's all built on lies. So what we see with Kanye, yay. Yeah, Kanye's goofy. You know, he'll make you love what he's saying one day, the next day he'll go full cringe and make you say, dude, Kanye, what are you thinking? But the point is not his personality. The point is really what he revealed. What he's revealed is that these people aren't about protecting and elevating black voices, right? Certain black voices are to be elevated. Certain will be elevated and others will be denigrated. It all depends what they say. And so just like during the Bolshevik Revolution, it's just like the communists, anybody who doesn't want to join in on the revolution, they call it false consciousness, right? They act like they're about freedom and liberty, equality, fraternity. All these revolutionaries, they've all got these slogans, they've all got rhetoric that makes you think. That makes you think, oh, this is good, right? They got the feel-good rhetoric. But really, they're empty platitudes. Liberty and fraternity and equality. You can't even have liberty and equality. That dialectic between liberty and equality has been playing out since the French Revolution. And it's been a bloody battlefield. So anyways, I'll leave you with that. Kanye speaking up, speaking some truths, some half-truths, some twisted truths, some cringy untruths with the Black Hebrew Israelite stuff. Yeah, that's all fine. That's all normal. But what's really been revealed is that the central bank digital currencies, the total control grid, this new economic model is being pushed. And the mask has come off. Now, whether the mask is coming off because they're desperate, right? Whether JP Morgan is doing this out of an act of stupidity or misstepping or making it too blatant, or out of hubris, right? Out of blatant hubris and arrogance due to the fact that they think they're so far ahead, it's not really clear. And even if they were doing it out of arrogance and hubris, it's not so clear that it will actually succeed. This rollout of central bank digital currencies and a complete digitization of all culture and society into a technocratic control grid, it is not clear that they'll succeed. So anyways, we got to be supporting local food producers. Like Kanye said, that's good. We should be supporting local farms. Eatwild.com. If you live in the U.S., that's a great place to get in touch with local ranchers, local farmers, and get high-quality local animal foods delivered straight to you, to your home. So check out eatwild.com, right? You want to get real quality raw milk, realmilk.com. We got to build up our health. There's a full-on onslaught and attack on our health, mental, physical, and emotional. All right, and getting physically healthy, getting fit, all right, moving, getting outside in the natural sunlight. Oh, you Edomite, all you so-called white people, you Edomites out there, you so-called white people, get a little red in the sun, get a little pink, get some sunshine. Get out there in the sun, get your diet in line, get off the freaking kibble, the kibble ration, soy-based, soylent slop diet. Get your hormones in line. Check out the sponsor, choq.com, CHOQ.com. Highest quality natural adaptogens to get your body dialed in, get your body and brain functioning as they're meant to function. The female vitality stack is great for the ladies. The male vitality stack is great for the men. And you can get the Tongkat Ali extract, that CHOQ Daily, and the Shilajit. Those are the ones I use every day. I love the ashwagandha as well. The highest quality adaptogens to get your body to adapt to the stresses of everyday life, to get your hormones dialed in, your brain dialed in, your body dialed in. CHOQ.com. You can hit them up over there, and you can get 50% off everything store-wide with BIG50. Big 50. Use that coupon code. There's a link in the description. Big 50. Get 50% off store-wide, or even better, Big 53 Life. They will deliver to your door whatever you subscribe to, a monthly subscription to the highest quality adaptogens and natural supplements, delivered straight to your door so you don't have to think about it. You can get 53% off everything, all subscriptions in that store. 53% off at choq.com, CHOQ.com. If you use the coupon code BIG53LIFE, BIG53LIFE. All right, so we can't let this digital currency nonsense take over. We got to build up our health, build up the health of our families, build up the health of our communities, and resist this nonsense. All right, local communities, local trade, supporting local businesses, and opposing the central bank digital currency nonsense is absolutely crucial.
To the distinguished audience, this is a message from the World Economic Forum. We want to ensure that you do not listen to this bigot who will tell you to go to choq.com with the link in the description. Do not click the link in the description. It will bring you to a place where you can get highest quality adaptogens so that you can thrive. But the World Economic Forum would much prefer that you would continue to eat your bugs, live in your cream pod, maintain your social credit score, and do not purchase these products. If you do use the coupon code BIG53LIFE, you will get 53% off all subscriptions for life. Do not get a subscription for 53% off of the highest quality purified shilajit. It is best for you to continue to consume the soy sludge. It is preferable that you continue to drink the tap water, avoid quality food, and do not take CHOQ highest quality supplements. Thank you very much. The World Economic Forum loves you ever so much.